The other day, I was attending an online networking group, and in sort of an intermission between breakout room scrambles, Koi Composition, or Karina, she's a alumni of Home Team, did music for, I think, 3 games in there with us, and otherwise creates composer-related content, but she had an affirmation for the group that is, I thought, just a handy, nice thing to share. I wanted to pass along here, and it's basically just taking a moment to acknowledge that hard things are hard, that you can be going through a difficult thing, and it can be difficult to go through it. And I think that's useful for a variety of reasons, but especially in the context of, often I take things back to a Stoic lens to things as something that's been helpful to me and my own challenges and stuff. And occasionally there is a part of that basically says to look at, well, if this was the best possible way something could have happened, if it's the only kind of way it could have happened, well, they may as well kind of accept that as is, right? It's in the case of Stoicism, which often disproportionately deals with life and death and things of those kind of nature, it talks about the fact like everybody's at some point going to pass away. That's a thing in our lives that's unavoidable, right? We may as well be unhappy that the sun rises or that fig trees produce figs or something like that. But it can be difficult and still embrace that it's difficult, even if it was the best possible way to do things. I mean, the other day, I don't talk a lot about, maybe TMI or personal stuff, but had a minor operation the other day. And, it has all gone as well as it can. I'm very grateful that no complications, didn't go bad or what have you, but been a bit uncomfortable, just sort of in recovery as the nature of those sort of things. But looking at it through the lens, normally my Stoic lens, right, would be, well, it beats not having the operation or not having access to it. And so grateful that I live at a time and in a situation where the option exists and I've got access to it and so on. But also then to be able to acknowledge, to go back to Karina, Core Composition's point, it's okay that it was the best possible way, the way to do it, but also to acknowledge it was hard. It was difficult to not need to try to fool ourselves otherwise. That at some point, there's a degree to which if we're lying to ourselves, it's counterproductive, right? It can only lead to us maybe not giving ourselves the space, the time, the understanding, the appreciation we need. Or if only, I know sometimes I'll talk to about give ourselves credit for the things that we do, including stuff that we sometimes didn't think of as maybe the point of the day. There's some stuff we're working on. There's some side projects that we're working on. It's also just little stuff that's got to get done, right? Laundry, dishes, vacuuming, just little life stuff. Exercising, right? Just things that if we don't acknowledge that, yeah, I did that day. Because some days I don't. But when I do it, that's still a use of energy. And acknowledging like, yeah, I did it is helpful. In the same kind of way, acknowledging that what's difficult to get through can be difficult to get through. Even if it's the best possible circumstance, even if it was unavoidable, even if it was inevitable, it can still be a case of helpful to pause, allow yourself to find difficulty in something difficult. And again, you might then just continue forward anyway. It might still be, well, nothing actually has to change, right? This is not a strategic pivot. This is not a reevaluation. This is not a reprioritization. This is simply a letting myself for a moment reflect on what I'm going through might be hard, and that may just be the situation. But accepting, allowing that, acknowledging that is helpful sometimes, even if, like I say, it's the best possible way. That's it for the day. I think you kind of got the idea. I may or may not keep doing these daily. I know it's been kind of a daily here for string, but some combination of either my own self-care or just other things in life coming up around this time of year. We'll see. And I mentioned that partly here for if you've been watching these daily. A, thank you. Awesome. But also, if I suddenly miss a day or something, it doesn't mean something's wrong. I don't want to kind of create an expectation that this is a guaranteed daily thing and that if I don't, well, then something must have happened to me or something like that. It is very much one day at a time where I'm like, yeah, I haven't done one today. Feel like it, up for it. Let's do it. Maybe if one day I'm just not feeling up for it, maybe we'll skip one. We'll see. Anyway, again, thanks for being here. Catch you another time. Bye for now.